The Accessibility and Supportive Learning Collection is a specially curated group of games and activities to support young learners with impairments or adaptive learning needs. These kits travel from library to library in Berks County, bringing inclusive learning and fun to anyone with a county library card. There are kits that focus on American Sign Language, sensory exploration, tactile Braille learning, language and counting development, and STEM resources. In total, there are roughly 100 kits currently available to borrow in the countywide collection, with new additions expected in the fall of 2022. Those items include a bilingual Spanish-English photo card library of 270 image and word associations, a What's the Sound mystery capsule sensory set, and a Kids First Coding and Robotics kit, which introduces the fundamentals of coding and mechanical engineering for young learners. New options are periodically added based on community need. After all, the collection was originally inspired from a unique patron request.
We first began exploring the possibility of an accessibility collection towards the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. It was during those initial months, as libraries began transitioning services to better reach people, that we received a note from a library patron whose son was visually impaired. They had been receiving special materials from the Free Library of Philadelphia, a designated network library for the Library of Accessible Media for Pennsylvanians, also known as LAMP. Due to the statewide shutdown of all businesses and community groups deemed non-essential, this patron could no longer receive the materials they needed. The primary purpose of public libraries is to freely provide information and materials based on the needs of its communities. For some, that might mean providing free internet access or employment resources. And for others, in this instance, it meant bringing inclusive learning materials closer to home.
In 2021, the collection expanded further to include EnChroma colorblind glasses. At the time of their inclusion, Berks County Public Libraries was the only institution in Pennsylvania to offer these glasses free for public use. This opened up new opportunities for community members, including those who previously never had the chance to use this kind of specialty eyewear or didn't even know they were colorblind. Studies show that about 1 in 12 men and 1 in 200 women experience some form of color vision deficiency. For Berks County, with a population of over 400,000 residents, these glasses could help a significant number of people. In fact, inclusion of the EnChroma glasses in the collection was first suggested by a library system staff member who has Protan red-green colorblindness.
When did I find out first that I was colorblind? That's tough. I guess in grade school, those colorblind dots that the teachers, we had books which you go through and look at those ones, and I couldn't see the letters and stuff. So I guess it was about then that I knew that I was colorblind. When I first put them on, Jen, my wife, was with me, and we went outside of our house. I just put them on. She was even disappointed. She's like, oh, no big deal. So we went to West Reading. We're driving to West Reading, and all of a sudden there was a Wendy's. And I've never seen how red a Wendy's is or that red color before. So that was just blew my mind. And then I saw Sheets, which was absolutely ridiculous. Some red cars were crazy to me. So things of that nature. When we got to the Reading Museum, they have a tree with no leaves. It's just a sticked tree out in front of the museum. And it was 100% brown to me. It was just this ugly looking tree. Like, why even put this weird, ugly looking thing here? You put the glasses on and it turned to this crazy red that I've never seen. It was just phenomenal. It was crazy. I suggested it to the system because I saw all these videos online. Well, I've always been colorblind, and you always kind of know that you're missing something. People talk about the fall leaves and going up to the mountains to see them and stuff. And you know, we go and I look at them, and it's like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal to me. So you always kind of know you're missing something, but you don't know what that is. And then I started to see the videos more and more of people crying and people just astonished by what they're seeing. So that's what made me say, hey, maybe the library should get these.
Library card holders can borrow any of the materials from within the Accessibility and Supportive Learning collection by placing a hold request. Materials in this special collection are stored at the Library System office and will travel to any Berks County Public Library location when requested. You can check out what items are available to borrow by visiting berkslibraries.org/supportive learning.